Good morning, evening, afternoon. Masati here. Welcome to Masati on Sunday, where we dive, really deep and understand the real science behind, this reality. Not the fake science, not the religious science, not the political view, nothing like that, but the real science. Today, we're going to be talking about magic, big magic, by the way, not little magic, not fake magic, but miracles. Miracles are real. Today we're going to be celebrating Jesus. It's April. Welcome to April. Jesus was was resurrected, I believe. Here, right? We'll have Easter coming up. So again, honoring all the great individuals. Last month, it was Muhammad with the Muslim New Year, Ramadan. This month, April, it's going to be Jesus. So we're going to be talking about Jesus quite a bit this month. So if you're really, really interested in on the real Jesus, not the religious Jesus, but the real Jesus, what his concepts were, what his ideologies were, how he healed, which sounds magical, how he walked on water, well, we're going to dive into that magic. This today on Masadi on Sunday, we are. It's a global meditation. It's a worldwide meditation, hyper meditation actually. And for those who are new, again, welcome. For those who are new, let me just talk about what the world meditation is about. Right, the world meditation or the hyper meditations. Well, let me talk about what hyper meditations are, and then uh, we'll get into what the world frequency meditation is. All right. So hyper meditations are basically I guide you into deep states. It's kind of like having, like a psychedelic or DMT experience, right? What happens is you get into an altered state, a higher version of who you are, the possibilities of who you are, those things that limit you when your brain is intact. When your brain is intact, you have your limited self. There's no magic there. Okay? There is no magic when your brain is intact. You have to go beyond. You have to go beyond the brain. And this is where a lot of people are doing psychedelics. So you guys want to watch out for that because you want to do psychedelics right. Right. We have a course for that, by the way. All right. So take a deep breath in. All righty. So, and those who want me to work on you, go ahead and say, "Hey, work on me." I'll scan the comments as we're meditating, but I won't give you like specifics on use. I won't give you specifics on use. So, all right. So breath in again. All right. So what hyper meditations do, like I said, it basically gets you into an altered state. With my abilities through three near death experiences, it's allowed me to actually say disconnect, help you disconnect from who you are, helps you get comfortable from helps you get comfortable into your real self. This is where you become vulnerable, and as you become vulnerable, you get to let go of those things that aren't beneficial for you. All right. So that's what hyper meditations are. It gets you into deep states of meditation really, really quick, even if you haven't meditated before, even if you don't believe me, even if you're new, you'll start to see that, you'll get into an altered state. Take a deep breath in. All right. So, what's a world frequency meditation? Well, this is where we connect to the mastermind. Again, all science. At first, if you've ever noticed, it's always magic, and then when we understand the concepts behind it, it turns into science, right? So we'll talk about that as well. Breath in again, noticing your shoulders. World frequency meditation. We brought this because the world needs help. We all need help. Our sciences isn't working. Our religions isn't really working. Our political system isn't really working. Relationships isn't working. Spirituality isn't working. The way we see success is not working. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's half-ass right. And when you're doing something half-assed right, it overall you get the results that we're getting today. We shouldn't be like this. We shouldn't be living like this. We shouldn't have child trafficking, abuse patterns, and all those things. We shouldn't have people go hungry, right? That's what we're all about, right? And then we're all trying to save the planet, save the children, save the women, save whatever. with the half-ass solutions that we have. It just doesn't freaking work out. We need real solutions. We need what's called magic. So again, miracles are real. It's been proven to us. Let's take a deep breath in. So what we do on the world frequency meditation, hyper meditation, is literally pull the human consciousness, everybody that's here. So if you have leaders, by the way, that you want us to work on, so they can do the right thing, so they can open up to those things that are actually beneficial, not to just their pocketbook or their agendas, but to the higher consciousness on why we're here. Bring them in. I always bring in Trump. I always bring in whatever, and maybe that's that's why there's so much calamity going on, because all the dark stuff has to get cleaned out, right? Just like in your family. How many of you guys have gone through the 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 sessions or hyper meditations, or what's coming up here in April 14th, performance, peak performance, if you're into being your best possible self. April 14th, guys, starts 10-day live peak performance meditation. Highly recommend you actually go through the process. Somebody who's Heal Soros, George Soros, absolutely. People like that, bring them in. Those people that destroy the countries, Bill Gates, George Soros. We bring all those individuals in and literally cleanse them, not destroy them, but cleanse them. Take a deep breath in. All right, and let's bring in all the heaviness. Uh, Allah will help you with your mother as well. A lot of people leaving the world, right? Will help those individuals leave the world properly so they don't become burdens upon us. It's one of the worst things we've seen, burdens. Uh, People die wrong. Again, we do everything half-ass. People die wrong, and then they just like go to the next layer and they create a heavy burden, right? How many of you out there, your parents or some loved one died, and then you morph into that loved one that you took care of, right? It's again, it's not hereditary. It's just that we die wrong. They're supposed to enlighten us, but we don't. President Bukala, have you noticed that there's a lot of darkness showing up, right? Crazy, right? All the judges will work on them as well. So just keep bringing them in as I speak, and then we'll start into the world frequency hyper meditation. Breathe deep. All right, and let's talk about Jesus, because we do need real magic. We need big magic, guys, because we're so far off. And here's the deal, you know, um, uh, because of free will. I'll just give it to you straight. Because of free will, what happens? I'll give you the science behind the magic. Because of free will, we have a choice to to do our own thing, or stay on course with, say, God, or I call it natural intelligence. Okay, the consciousness, the intelligence that dictates this reality. If you're going to believe in a God, I would just believe in the science that the being, or whatever you want to call it, that created this reality in perfection. Right? There's billions of years of science. I want that science, not the distorted science. Um, Russell Brand, yes, going down, exactly. Unfortunately, uh, again, a lot of lies coming up, and then people trying to hold on. Right? We'll be talking about Russell Brand and all those individuals on um, on another Moss on Sunday. Breathe deep. Okay, we need real magic, because here's the deal: natural intelligence, or pure source, offered us, say, hey, go down this path. But then to be humans, to expand beyond our potential and then recreate what we've done, is like, no, we want free will. And it's like, okay, have free will, and then free will. And then what happens is that we're supposed to learn from natural intelligence, nature, basically, right? Or the nature, universe, and so on, like that. We're supposed to learn from it, duplicate it, and so on, stand on our own, kind of like a teenager. Right? Teenager learns from their parents, and then hopefully, if that parent is, say, correct, and then they can duplicate themselves, create other realities. So what we've done is like, okay, we separated, but then we're still learning. We're unstable, just like a teenager is. We're still unstable, and we make a lot of mistakes. So that's where we are as a human race. We're making a lot of mistakes, all right? And again, is it dark? Are we fucked up? Did we get sold? Stuff like that. Sure, we could have, but basically, we're just disconnected. We're teenagers, and we're just pulling away. And basically, at some point, we get so lost that what happens? Your parents come in and like save your ass, right? And then we get pulled back in. So basically, over time, this is a crux moment, or as Ray Kurzweil calls it, singularity, or it's like shit, or we're so far off. Your parent, the higher intelligence that created you, that wants the best for you, goes, hey, we got to pull you closer. We got to pull you back in. Simple as that. Okay. So again, there's a lot of science behind it, but since we don't understand the science, we call it magic. And then unfortunately, notice your chest, your ribs. We'll work on helping you heal as well. How's that sound? Okay. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but magic can happen, right? It's the month for Jesus, and he healed. So let's bring you those frequencies for those who want to heal, whether you believe in Jesus, whether you're not that religion or you are. It doesn't matter. The frequencies are out there, and we just bring in the pure frequencies. And you might go, well, who the hell is this guy? He didn't read a Bible. He's not really Christian or any other religion. It doesn't really matter. Right? Jesus was a man that tapped into the science that created this reality. Okay? The science that we still don't understand today because it's way beyond our concepts. It goes way beyond the concepts of the brain. We need to disconnect from the brain and go to the intelligence that created you before you even had a brain. Right? That's the science that we can create. How many of you, again, have gone through amazing transformations or even like healed yourself from the craziest diseases, right? Through I call it exponential intelligence, meta science. How many of you have gone through that? It's magic, right? How many of you, your kids, suicidal, ADD, ADHD, and so on like that, and through XI, they're okay. Right? How many of you, again, life-threatening diseases, the doctors give you what, 6 months, a year to live, and so on, and you're okay? How many of you? A lot of people go, yep, 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 fantastic. Okay. Again, so again, that's magic that goes beyond the science. In today's world, political and science people go, or even religions, like, hey, don't go there, don't go into the big magic because we don't know what it is. We haven't proven it in a lab, so you shouldn't go there because we don't understand it. That's bullshit. That's just bullshit science. Go to the real science, okay? Go to the real science that created your who you are. We don't understand how or why we're here. So we just go, well, it's not real. Well, we're here. It's fucking real. We just don't know the science. So that's the science that we are getting into, gravitating to. Take a deep breath in. If you're liking the message, please like this video, send it out, subscribe to the channel so we just create more and more magic for us. Okay. So this hyper meditation is literally about helping you access the magic that you already have, the magic that created you. That magic that created you is already part of you. That's what Jesus has said, by the way, right? You have everything inside you. You just have to remember who you are. This is the way to remember who you are. Not through your political systems, your science systems, or anything like that, but just go back to that natural intelligence that created you. It was there way before you. Breathe deep. Notice your ribs. Again, you can bring your mother in, you can bring anybody in. It's just the whole human consciousness we're enveloping. And maybe this is why a lot of things are falling apart in today's world. If you've noticed, I've predicted a lot of things, very, very accurate, by the way. And maybe like together as a group, okay? As a group, we're coming together and going, hey, you know what? We want to do right We want to really help. I really want to be my best possible version. I came in this lifetime to experience magic, to experience the beauty of time and space. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Absolutely. SM. Breathe deep. So we've done this for a while, and maybe all the bullshit that dictates this reality, that creates this reality, has to go away. And that's what we're experiencing now. All the heaviness, all the darkness. Notice all those things that are coming out for you. Can I get an amen? Literally. Don't go, oh my God, it's tragic. And it's like just go thank God. God is coming in, reaching his hand in and going, pull it all out of us. It's gonna be painful, guys, and that's what you're gonna see a lot of pain coming through. Hey, it's not that it's not that the hand that's cleansing you causes the pain. It's you or us who've gotten way off, and we need to get pulled back. And as we get pulled back, well, it becomes painful to know the truth. Breathe deep, comment in. Yes, we'll work on your throat, Melina. Comment in. On those individuals who cleaned up and went through some pain to clean up, called detox. You go through surgery, right? You go through a period of pain and then you're healthier. Well, that's what's happening in today's world as consciousness. We need to go through severe surgery. And this is the big magic that we're talking about. Breathe deep. Jocelyn, suffering is not a prerequisite for enlightenment. Absolutely. Commenting my quotes. That's beautiful. It is not a prerequisite for enlightenment, folks. Jesus, by the way, thank you for that, Jocelyn. Jesus, he did not suffer to become enlightened. Breathe. Let's bring in the frequencies of the real Jesus, not the religious, the distorted versions of Jesus, but just the frequencies. I can bring in any frequency for you. I can even get you high on stuff without using this stuff. I can help you heal who you are yourself. I have, and we'll get more and more. And this is what's really cool. You have the same magic. Again, that's what Jesus was saying. Breathe. Notice your spine. Notice the top of your spine. Okay. And then allow Jesus' frequency just pull through your spine. Whether you believe it or not, just allow it. As a note, when Jesus said there's only one path, one, really, he was just saying there's only one frequency, the enlightenment of natural intelligence. It's not necessarily his frequency, just a frequency that he tapped into. And he was saying, hey, we all have these abilities. We all can tap into that source that created us. So as you tap into that source that can heal you, that can provide magic for you, breathe deep. Yeah. And you want to ask yourself, how do I connect to the frequency that Jesus connected to? All right. And just tap that in. Allow that in. I'm helping you open up all these portals, taking away your limiting beliefs. That's all I'm doing for you guys. I'm not pouring in that frequency. I'm literally just helping you disconnect the bullshit that you're not. So that frequency that we call, say, the Jesus frequency can come in. He created a portal. He brought it down to this reality, and then this it's available for all. Okay. That's why his name still exists after, well, over 2,000 years. Breathe. Notice your spine. Breathe in from the top of your spine all the way down into your tailbone. There we go. Another breath in. Mm. Many people facing hard times believe. Believe in the magic. Breathe in. Yes, there are going to be hard times. Close your eyes. I'll put it. I'll put hard times to you in a different way. Notice the hard times that you're going through. Imagine this. There was a golden path for you, and there was a golden path for humanity as a whole. But then we wanted to explore, we wanted to understand who we are even more. So we created our own path. And since our leaders, all levels of leaders, political, religious, science, your parents, didn't really know, we went astray. We're way far off. Breathe. Way far off. How far are you in this visual? Some of you who've done XI, you might be like right there. You can jump back on the path. Some of you who are new to this channel, you might see the real path that we should be on as a whole, not just you. And you might go, damn, we're way far off. Close your eyes. As a group, as humans, how far off we from our path? All right. Once we start to realize, and it's really, it's this is the pain that people are feeling as a whole, as an individual. How do you get rid of the shame? We can talk about that as well. Breathe. Breathe in from the top of your spine all the way through. And then just like your nervous system, okay? Just like your nervous system that just spreads out through your whole body. Feel those frequencies going through your whole body, cleansing you at a cellular level. Some of you might think it's cleansing your soul. Yes, cleansing you, your soul, your spirit. You want to get religious? Fantastic. You want to get science? Fantastic. I don't care either way you roll. It's a cleansing process, helping you reset your cellular identity. Right? That's what I would call it. More of a sciencey guy. For those who are spiritual and religious and are feeling the vibe, feeling the power, helping you cleanse your spirit, helping you cleanse your soul. okay? Helping you reconnect. Again, where's humanity compared to the path we should be on? Have you ever gone on a hike and then you get lost? And then we all get that sinking feeling, especially when it's getting dark and it's cold, right? Or you don't have enough supplies. It's getting nighttime. And then somehow you start to see where you should be compared to where you are. And you get that sinking feeling in you, right? Or have you ever gone so far off and you hear the truth and you go, and you get that sinking feeling in you, right? And then it becomes painful. And then you start to go, God, I don't know if I have enough supplies to make it back on my path, to make it back home. And then you look at the path and you go, holy hell, how far did I get off? Take a breath in. We'll make that scenario a little clearer. Again, you're way off. You've lost your path. And then somebody, an angel, you could call it Jesus, you could call it Buddha, Muhammad, whatever, it doesn't matter. Finds you. It's like, hey, brother. It's like, oh, I'm trying to get back on my path. And they just look at you and go, wow, you're really far off, buddy. And then you get that sinking feeling. It's like you're way off, right? Basically, that's humanity. You're not going to make it with the supplies that you have. The road is tough. You'll have to go through, again, tens of thousands of years of human mistakes to get back on that road. So, what do? You need real magic. You need a consciousness or a being that goes, hey, let me import you or export you to where you need to be. But you need to let go. You need to shed the distortions that you think you are, that you think you need. You don't need those anymore. You don't need your identity. You don't need your abuse patterns. You don't need your lack patterns. You don't need your shame, your guilt, your honor, love, all the distorted definitions. Again, honor, guilt, shame, money, wealth, health, all those are abusive patterns or they've turned abusive. Breathe. They've turned abusive because we've redefined them in human language, not natural intelligence or God's language. Breathe in. There we go. Go deeper. We'll just stay in silence for a bit. Breathe. So the pain, the burdens that you're feeling, especially as you awaken. I went on a hike a couple days ago in Sedona, my own hike, didn't follow a path, went through some cactus, got painful. I had to sit down. So sit down with me right now. Take a deep breath in. Sit next to me. Imagine that we're on this mountaintop. You can even have Jesus next to you as well. Imagine we're on this mountaintop. You've got thorns, thorns of disease, aging, abuse, ill success, success that destroyed you, success that said, God, I sold my soul. Love that broke you apart, fractured you. Breathe. Well, and then we attribute it to something else, someone else, the devil, and all that stuff. They did it. Like, no, we just were on the path that we shouldn't have been on. Breathe in. So we sit down. Today, humanity as a whole basically is sitting down. We're stopping. It's not this mad rush. We're not rats. We're not slaves, just rushing and rushing. For what? Think of it. We don't even have time to love our kids, nature, our pets. They're nuisances because we're going towards a goal. We need to finish a project. We need to do this. What the hell are we here for? We don't need that stuff. We need to just sit down and ask why we're actually here. That's what Jesus was saying. As we sit down, and that's what's happening in this world today, all sitting down. And as I sat down a couple days ago on that mountaintop with my teammates, I started to notice the cacti, the uh, the birds. I was bleeding. I didn't even know. And then I started to realize, shit, I'm bleeding. And then as I pulled it out of me, breathed deep, it was painful. Again, the thorns. There were thorns that I couldn't reach. I had my teammates. It's like, pull it out of me. I didn't blame my teammates causing the pain. It was just those things that I had collected, thinking it was me. Breathe. How many thorns do you have that needs to get pulled out? So whether Jesus pulls it out, or your higher consciousness pulls it out, or Buddha pulls it out, or whoever you think needs to pull it out for you, even Satan helping you see your distortions, again, pull it out. It's painful, but it's more painful if you leave it in, because then disease becomes rampant. Mental instability becomes rampant. Money turns into a disease. an incurable disease. Love turns into poison. Breathe. There we go. Some of you will feel like you're dying because, well, you got so much that isn't you, so many thorns in you from previous relation, relationships, generational patterns, previous lifetimes. You're carrying the thorns of your family lineage. Think of it that way. Breathe deep. Again, breathe in. Again, breathing the power of Jesus. Breathe in. And as you exhale, just imagine pushing out the thorns. They don't belong in you anymore. You don't have to pull them out. Your purity dictates, demands that those thorns cannot be in you. So as you, again, breathe in and you exhale, just expanding and they just pop out of you. If you can imagine that, you'd be amazed at how fast your life can change. If you can imagine that visual clearly, breathe. And this is where real magic happens. The magic that can heal you beyond your science, beyond your concepts of what you can even fathom for life. This is this is that magic, what some people call blind faith. This is that magic that creates the first of its species that we're getting into. I'll explain. Just notice you. First of your species. Think of it. Say Adam and Eve. Again, not the biblical version, but obviously they weren't infants. They didn't have an umbilical cord because there was no other being. It was magic. Just boom, they were created in full form. They already knew what was going on. They didn't have to grow into understanding. They didn't need to learn how to walk because there was nobody telling them how to walk, how to eat. Nobody nurtured them. They were in full form. That's magic. Creating from dirt into something, as the Bible says, as the Quran says, as many other religious texts say. We came out of dirt. That dirt is basically human form, the flesh of your spirit, coming into physical form. They didn't know how to explain it, so they called it dirt, right? Breathe deep. There we go. You can make a wish if you'd like. Of course, Jojo. Notice any species, a lion, a squirrel, a butterfly, a worm, a plant, a tree, first species. It just appeared. It's interesting that science is discovering new species all the time. Oh, we discovered a new species. Yeah, new species appear all the time. It's like magic. They literally appear out of nowhere. When I was in Egypt, I understood human form, or the human form, or the human architects that created human form. Human architects that were here before humans to create us in human form. Breathe deep. I am wishing a miracle this week. Not every day, every moment is literally a miracle if you understand the concept. Every day you can rebirth yourself into a new version. Let the old version die. Miracles are flowing through your blood. You being conscious, it's a miracle in itself. Look at your hand right now. Open your eyes, just look at your hands, move them around. For you to understand the concepts that created, the genius that created this hand for you is in you. Notice the science behind your hands. For you to see your hands, that's another magic trick. There's so much magic in you, and you don't need anybody else to tell you, wait, we need to figure this out in a lab before you can use the magic. Don't believe in that. Believe in the magic that you are. Breathe. And as you breathe, breathe upon humanity, the true blessings, not your distorted version of love or caring or sharing, but the first principle definition of what love. What would Jesus' love feel like if you breathed, if you inhaled right now and breathed in the love that Jesus had for you? And as you exhale, you imagine all of humanity, that pure love, not your love, again, but a version of, say, Jesus's love. Just imagine it. Even if you don't believe it, even if you don't believe in the religion, again, it's not the religion, just breathe it in. What would it be like to be an ultimate human, the potential of humans, if you're the science type? What would that feel like? What would it feel like if you breathed in the breath of God? Again, not your definitions, the natural intelligence that created this reality, beyond our concepts. Breathe. There we go. Okay, this meditation isn't about hoping for the impossible. It's knowing that the possible is within you. It's already proven itself. You just need to reach inside. Breathe in, again, the love of God, or Jesus's definition. Again, very two different beings, not one and the same as some religions claim. But again, Jesus sure knew how to channel that love, for sure. Breathe. Breathe in the love, the magic. Actually, it's breathing in the love that releases the magic that you are, freeing you of the burdens, again, to release the magic. And as you exhale, breathe upon humanity, the earth, the love, the pure love, the magical love that can heal all. As you start to notice that you are not your burdens, you are not anybody else's burdens, you are pure magic deep inside. What if you could realize that every moment, and with every moment, with every breath, your real magic shows up every day. Not your identity of who you think you are, not your distortions, nothing like that, but the pure potential of who you are. That you don't even know of. Breathe. I'm going to go ahead and leave you in this space for as long as you wish. I know many of us would want to just stay here. It's so magical, isn't it? So stay here. Stay here for a while. Breathe. Again, just stay here for a bit. Take in the magic. As always, guys, notice what you notice and notice the details of what you're noticing.